I don't know what's worse. I think I just talked about this yesterday. The Vanessa and Joey stuff has been miserable lately. And now Ashley and Derek have always been miserable. It's like pick your poison. And I think the poison I would pick is Haley's poison. I would rather Haley be poisoning me than watching any Derek and Ashley scenes or Vanessa and Joey scenes lately. Well, they were a day early, but I'm here to talk about today's Halloween-themed episode of Beyond the Gates, October 30th, 2025. I am glad they did a Halloween-themed episode, though. I don't know if they will get to do a Christmas and Thanksgiving-themed episode this year because of their episode count. There might be another week or two where the show takes a hiatus, but glad we got a Halloween episode, although I will say it was probably the weakest episode of the week. It was one of the better weeks in a while until today, but today fell kind of into boringness. We'll start with Vernon and Nicole together on Halloween. Nicole being down because she used to spend her Halloweens with Ted. It was their favorite holidays together. Honestly, the standout of these scenes was the Febreze. We got our Febreze infomercial today. You know, they love to have the character of Nicole always spraying that Febreze around. It's great for the show, though. I'm sure Procter & Gamble, who is part owner in the show, enjoys that they're able to sell their Febreze on this show so well. So that was a highlight here. Leslie comes over in her angel costume to seem like the innocent one that she is not. And honestly, Leslie's scenes today with Nicole anyway were dumb, if I say so myself. It's episodes like today when I realize how much these writers don't know what the hell to do with Leslie anymore. They started to figure out a way by giving her a bunch of money because of who her mom was. But then they put her in scenes like today. I guess, I don't know if they want her to be comic relief when she's stealing candy from Nicole because it's Halloween and Nicole didn't give her any candy. But it was dumb. That's how I felt about the scenes between Leslie and Nicole today. They were just unnecessary scenes. I think they just wanted to have Leslie in her angel costume and Nicole in her witch costume and have that little scene, but they didn't have a good reason to actually have that scene, and I thought Leslie came out of that scene pretty dumb. After that, Vernon and Nicole just watched scary movies. Not a whole lot to talk about there until later when Samantha, Smitty, and Martin come over, which we'll get to. As for Leslie, though, she does run into Ted, this coming after Ted and Andre were having a chat at the bar, talking about Nicole and Carlton, and Ted actually getting advice from Andre now that Andre's the married one and all, which I think is a change for those two characters from where the show started. But it also makes me question the writing for Ted, which has been just questionable for many months now. I don't know how they fix the character of Ted. Today's scenes between Ted and Leslie, where they reminisce about old times when she was a waitress and a bartender and made a good drink for him or something, was like, is this the route we're going? Are we gonna somehow put Leslie and Ted together? And if it is, should I care? I don't know. Ted, however, was saying that maybe this could be a start of a friendship for them, but we know that Leslie's crazy and Leslie will certainly want more than just being friends with him. So yeah, I mean, these scenes were okay. It was better scenes than Leslie and Nicole, but I don't know about the direction for both of these characters. And if the direction is for them to get together, I don't know what that does for either character either. So I'm just questioning a lot of things going on with these two characters for sure. But their scenes were fine, and we'll see what direction they actually go. And I mean, I get Ted wanting to be friends because they shouldn't be having a tug-of-war over Eva. But she's old. Eva's in her 20s now. the way they write some of these characters where Bill and Danny are always acting like they have to raise their old children, and now Leslie and Ted talking about this tug of war over Eva like she's not pushing at least 25 is ridiculous. So honestly, what I think it means is that they need better stories for these characters. That's the way I feel. Moving on, we'll get to the best part, which was the teens. But quickly, Derek and Ashley were on today. Maybe that's why the episode was so weak. They tend to bring down the energy in every episode they're in. And it's like, they've had such shitty writing since the beginning of the show. I don't even understand why they're still wasting our time with them. 8 months later, 8 months of this show wasting our time with Ashley and Derek's scenes. Their Halloween scenes were not cute. Of course, them running into Andre made me roll my eyes. Them planning where and when they should marry, stupid. Sometimes, I don't know what's worse. I think I just talked about this yesterday. The Vanessa and Joey stuff has been miserable lately. And now Ashley and Derek have always been miserable. It's like, pick your poison. And I think the poison I would pick is Haley's poison. I would rather Haley be poisoning me than watching any Derek and Ashley scenes or Vanessa and Joey scenes lately. That's how I feel about that. But some positivity at the end of the tunnel. The Halloween party for the teens. We got to see that Nathan is in fact one of those teenagers in school that just wants to add Samantha as a notch in his bedpost. Now, before Tyrell and Jessica went to whatever Halloween thing they were going through, I don't really understand why they were at Orphe Jeans of all places. But before they went to that, Samantha was complaining about how she's grounded from Halloween and trying to get out of it with Smitty and Martin. And Smitty and Martin were really beating a dead horse with Tyrell, talking about how they're glad Tyrell's taking it slow and taking it slow is best. And this was them trying to really make Samantha hear this. I don't really think that really worked out. But after that, also Tyrell had an earlier time he had to be home tonight thanks to what Samantha has been up to. So Martin and Smitty being overbearing parents with Tyrell just because of what Samantha did too. But they go out and Jessica and Tyrell overhear Nathan on the phone talking about how the girl he's talking to wants him to punch her V card or whatever. The writing here was definitely working overtime with the teens here to try and make it more slang-filled, which is what these writers do a lot on this show. But Tyrell and Nathan got into it. Tyrell did a good job trying to stand up for his sister. I liked the fact that Tyrell gave Nathan shit for the fact that his stats in sports is shit and he's not going to go anywhere. He's not going to get into any college because he's not good at the sports he plays, and I guess he's a dumb jock too, so what does he really have going for him? I like that Tyrell used that against him, and then Jessica also seemed to like it too. She was a little hot and bothered after that, liking that Tyrell stuck up for his sister, and it seems like Jessica wants more alone time with him. And, the story might slowly become that Tyrell and Jessica might be the ones that do the deed first with all this spotlight on Samantha. But they could still take it the route where Nathan tries to use her as another number on his list, I suppose. As for Samantha, she convinced Smitty and Martin to take her to talk to a woman about this, which is what we talked about yesterday. Samantha having two dads talking about sex and all. Probably not great for her. She wanted to talk to Nicole today, and so she did. And, their talk went fine, I think. She was talking about how her dads are not sex positive, and that led to a talk about Nathan. And Samantha wanted to move in with Nicole, which I think was a way to maybe have an easier place she can escape and go have sex with Nathan. I don't know. Samantha's really in heat right now, and that does seem to be what she wants to do. But then Martin was being nosy and overheard his mom and Samantha talking about how Samantha got this idea from Kat because the other day she overheard Kat talking about Kat giving up her virginity to Tomas, and she was ready to do that, and it brought them closer together, and that made her think she was ready. So now Martin's all upset with Kat, and probably they're going to have some confrontation. And honestly, to me, anyone giving shit to Kat is fine by me. So I would like to see Martin give some shit to Kat. But it really wasn't Kat's fault here. It was Samantha overhearing something. Honestly, like father, like daughter. Samantha was being nosy, just like Martin was being nosy today. And that's what she overheard. But it was a pretty ho-hum little episode today. Hoping tomorrow will be better with it being a Friday and all. But the past several Fridays have been not great. So hoping for the best tomorrow. Nothing major happened today other than with the teen scene, but I am concerned about the characters of Ted and Leslie. Like, these writers really have to do something. It would be nice to sit here this time next year and Ted is in a teddy bear costume and he's on a Halloween date with Leslie. I could accept that if the writing to get there is better, but right now that's not really the direction that I want to see. But we'll see what the writing does for these two characters going forward.